So we're going to do a video for our new warm-up exercises that are going to start to be incorporated into your group training warm-up so that you're a little bit more familiar with them. We're going to start with a bootstrapper exercise to open up through our hips, lower back, inner thighs, and make sure that we've got nice, good posture going. So you're going to have your heels aligned with your sit bones, knees and toes slightly turned out, and we're going to squat down, letting your tailbone lead the way all the way down towards the floor as far as you feel comfortable coming down. Then we're going to reach for your toes, stretch the legs up, and let your upper body hang upside down. Then we'll let the knees bend back down into your squat. Good, then we're going to press your heels down into the floor and come on up to standing. And again, slowly squatting down. Good, stretch the legs and hang upside down. Back down into your squat, and now let's pause here. We're going to bring one arm up towards the ceiling, opening and activating the upper back. Then the second arm can come on up. Keep pressing down with those heels, come all the way up to standing. And relax the arms down. Let's go one more time. Squatting down, good chest staying up tall. All the way upside down into that hamstring stretch. Back into the squat, chest is up. One arm goes up. Good, then the other. Press the heels all the way up to standing and relax the arms down. Then we're going to go into a one-leg deadlift. I'm going to get you to do Tiff. You're going to turn sideways. So Tiffany's going to balance on one leg with her standing knee slightly bent. Hips are going to be square and arms are going to be hanging down. Nice high posture, nice tall spine. And then you're going to hinge at the hips, back leg reaching at the back leg as the hands hinge forward. Pressing down into that front heel, controlling back up to standing. Good, and again, hinging forward. Good, now as Tiffany comes up to standing, she's going to think about the hamstring and glute activating. They're going to come together at the back to help pull her up. One more time. Excellent, come on up. We're going to stay facing this way. We're going to switch legs. Good. All right, let's go again. Nice, hinge and control. So notice that the chest doesn't go any further than that back leg lifts at the back. So it's a little like pendulum going together. Front and back of the body working at the same speed. And we're activating the core muscles and all of those small stabilizing muscles through the ankles, hips, and knees. Good stuff. All right, we're going to come down onto one knee for a hip flexor opener. Good. I'm going to turn this way. You can go forwards. Oh, good idea. There we go. I'll see both. Okay, so we're going to sit completely upright with one knee in front. We want 90 degrees on both knees, so we're not leaning forward. We're going to be straight up and down. The same arm as back leg is going to go straight up into the air with shoulders sliding down away from our ear. We're going to have nice good posture again, tummy holding in, and then we're going to squeeze and activate our back glute, our back bum muscle. So we're going to squeeze the glute and then release. Squeeze and then release. So it looks like we're not doing much of anything, but that contraction of the glute helps to open up through the front of the hip flexors. Your second option is to contract the glute and hold it there. Keep lengthening and reaching on this whole side where it's growing tall. Good, squeezing that back glute, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing as long as you possibly can, and then you can release. Okay, let's switch to the other side. Let's see it from the other angle. Good, growing tall. Find that 90 degrees at the hips and knee. Back arm is lifted. Good, chest up, tummy in. And here we go, squeezing that back glute and let it go. Squeeze and release. Good, last time. Good, now we're going to squeeze and hold. Squeeze, 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 opening up that front hip flexor. Keep growing tall through the spine, through that back side. Good, and releasing everything down. Excellent job. We're going to go into Spider-Man next. So, either way, we're going to be onto our hands with elbows slightly bent, tummy holding in, and then we're going to step one leg forward towards the outside edge of our hand. Let the hips sink just slightly lower there. We're going to pause there, so we're opening up that back hip flexor through the front of the quad, and then also through our glute and hamstring on that front leg. And then we're going to take the same arm as our front leg and reach it up towards the ceiling. So we're opening and rotating through the spine and control the hand back down. But same arm, going again, rotating up. And controlling down. This last one. And releasing down. Let's slowly step that foot back. Abs are still activating. Second leg steps forward to the outside of the hands. Let those hips sink. Good, and here we go. Top arm or front arm up to the ceiling. Release it back down. Good, and again. Releasing down, and last time. And slowly stepping back. Nice, coming onto the hands and knees. We're going to take one leg out to the side for a hip rocker exercise. So it's going to be out directly to the side of our hip with the foot flat on the floor. Toes facing straight ahead, and then your back toes are going to be tucked under behind you. Good. And hands are squared off to the front, and then you're going to slowly sit back towards the hips. So we're rocking back in space, and then control it forward. And again. So we're getting an inner thigh stretch here. We're also opening up through the lower back and sacrum. And a little bit of shoulder mobility here, of course. Good. This time we're going to sit back and hold it. Good. Just a couple deep breaths there. And control it forward. Good. Let's switch sides. Back toes tucked. Leg out to the side, and here you go. Slowly sitting down. Good. Control forward. And this time we'll hold it back. Good. And back up to center. Excellent. We're going to come onto our hands and knees, squaring off again. We're going to go into a bird dog. So we've got hands directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hips. Abdominals are going to be pulling in, but our shoulder blades are slightly together at the back so that we're not rounding through the upper back. From here, we're going to slowly slide one arm in the opposite leg along the floor and up. Good. And then we're going to control back down and right back underneath us. Then the other side, slowly sliding along the floor, reach and lift at the last second. Controlling back down, slide back underneath. Alternating sides here. So we're thinking about the core working at all times, activating through the center of the body, getting all of those stabilizers working. Good, and last time here. Good. Now from here, we're going to sit hips slightly back towards our heels. They don't have to come all the way. And we're going to take one hand up by our ears for a thoracic spine rotation. So from here, we're going to take the elbow and let it rotate underneath our other side. And then we'll rotate the arm up towards the ceiling and open up through the front of the chest and shoulder. Same arm, elbow tucks under. And reach all the way up and open. One more time there. And then we're going to slowly switch hands. And here we go, tucking in. Now, if the knees are not happy in this position, you can come a little bit further up. Sitting back towards your heels does isolate so that the upper spine is doing the rotation and a little less in the lower back and pelvis area. This one. And then we'll let it lower. Good. Okay, we're going to go into our book opener next. So Tiff, I'm going to have you do this one. So Tiffany is going to lie onto one side with her knees bent in front of her chest. Good. Arms out in front, and she can let her head relax down. And then top arm is going to slowly open up towards the ceiling. Rotate towards the back, going as far as she feels comfortable, and notice her head is going with her. And then slowly bring the arm back up towards the ceiling and back down to center. Up and again, slowly reaching up and open. The lower body is staying stable. All of the rotation is happening from the mid-back here. Good, and one last time. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side, and I'm going to have you scoot towards the wall just a little. Alrighty. Good. So, everything's in this nice, proper alignment. Knees in front, hips and shoulders are in line, head is relaxed, top arm opens to the ceiling, and rotates towards the back. Good, getting a nice chest stretch. Good, and back to center. One last time. Good, and relaxing down. Good. We're going to go into our body rolling next. So I'm going to go through the upper body rolling, if you want to talk me through.
Yeah, sure. All right, so we're going to lie on the floor, straight as an arrow, with your arms overhead, both arms pointing straight to the other wall. Relax your body. What you're going to start off doing is leading one hand over your body as it reaches across. The only thing that's moving is that arm as it reaches towards the opposite wall, starting to let the body follow that arm, using nothing else but the momentum of that arm moving to get you over. You almost want to flop over onto your side. Now we're going to reverse that. We're going to bring that arm around back. Thumb down to begin with. Reach with that arm. Reach back, back, back. Let it drive your body and start to turn your body over and flop back over onto the other side. Very good, Briar. Let's try the other side. Reaching across, reaching just with the arm, letting that momentum and the weight of the arm leading forward start to pull your body across to the other side. And reverse it. Starting with that hand, pulling back, back, leads now through the shoulder, through the upper back, and down. Excellent.
All right, we're going to switch over. We're going to do lower body rolling. So this is where all the momentum is going to come from the lower half, from the legs. So same starting position, arms are straight overhead. Tiffany's going to lift one leg up, letting the foot cross over the body first. The momentum of that lower body and the leg is going to roll her all the way over, flopping forward. And then the same leg is going to lift up. It's going to cross over the body first. Good, control through that starting point, and then let it all flow. Good, other side, letting the leg lift. Good, crossing over. So we're getting that twist from the lower body, from that lower back, and then the momentum lets her flop. Good, lifting the back, the foot first, reaching back. Good, finding that momentum and letting it flop down. Good stuff. And that's some of your new warm-up exercises. Thanks very much, guys.